Good day, everybody. My name is Jamie Chambers. I'm one of the trainers with the test group, and today I would like to talk you around a few top tips when it comes to being a coach in the workplace. Tip number one, this is one that a lot of people tend to struggle with when it comes to coaching, but the tip is don't give any advice. And it becomes something which is very unnatural for a lot of people. But it is imperative that when we are coached, we are giving as little advice as possible, ideally no advice at all. Now, there is a really famous quote by somebody called Sir John Whitmore, and he defines coaching as the following: unlocking a person's potential to maximize their own performance. It's helping them learn rather than teaching them. And that's the key with coaching. You are helping people learn, you are not teaching them. It is therefore imperative that as a coach, we are doing the following. We are listening to what that person is saying. And I don't just mean hearing, I mean really listening to what people are saying, asking effective questions as well, follow-up questions to what people are saying, and questions that are going to support people, that are going to challenge them. Not just the closed questions which are going to end with a yes or no. I mean questions which are really going to get people thinking, questions that start with things like who, what, when, where, why, and how. Questions that start with things like tell, explain, and describe. And it's our use of question as a coach that is really going to enable people to learn. It's really going to unlock their potential, and it's really going to hand the keys over to them when it comes to their development. Okay, so my second tip is to have some kind of structure in place. Now, there are many models, there are many theories that you can read, that you can use when coaching. Some are short, some are a little bit longer. What I want to do right now is very briefly cover with you my favorite model when it comes to coaching, and that is the GROW model. GROW. And it stands for the following. The G stands for goal, the R stands for reality, the O stands for options, and the W stands for will. And when coaching people, we would move around this model step by step, not jumping around it. We're going to go through it in order. So we're going to start with goal, and basically we're going to ask people questions which are really going to challenge people about what they really want to change. We're going to challenge them on what they want to change, when they want to change, and what that really means. For example, if somebody wants to lose weight, we can do better with the goal. That's not smart, it's not specific, it's not measurable, it's not achievable, it's not relevant or realistic, and it's not time bound as well. So we'd ask people questions to really sharpen that goal. That's the first thing we'd do. We'd then move on to the reality section. Now, this section is all about what is happening right now. And we're going to ask people questions like, okay, what have you done about it? What have been the barriers to you actually achieving this goal already? So that's the reality section. Now, so far we've gone through the goal, we've gone through the reality, and both of these sections are there to help generate an awareness in the people that we're coaching. The third section is what we call the options. And nice and simply, this is where we ask questions to challenge people on all the different options that are out there to help them achieve their goal. And ideally, we want people to come up with as many options as possible, talking about the pros of those options, the cons of those options. But again, we're not giving advice, it's all down to our ability to ask great questions and effectively listen. Now, the final section is called the will. And this is all about getting people to commit to one of the options that they just spoke about. Now, within the last two sections here, so the options and will, both of these sections are there to generate a responsibility. That's the GROW model. A very brief introduction to the GROW model, but one of our personal favorites. Okay, on to my final tip when it comes to coaching. And my tip is this: when you're coaching people, and you've taken them through the grow model or whatever other model you're using, and they've came up with some kind of solution, something that they're going to go away and do. Ask them to write it down. By writing something down, it's like we make a commitment to ourselves. It's like we make a contract to ourselves, and it becomes something. If people have a goal, we coach them and they have a goal, and all they are doing is talking about it and thinking about it, over time that will fade away. It will become nothing. But if people write it down, they're making a contract to themselves, they're making a commitment to themselves. And how powerful is it if the goal that they've written down is visible to them every day? Whatever that goal is, to save up money to buy a new Ferrari, to retire at the age of 50. If you've written that goal down and written it down in a smart way, a way that has a time scale around it, it's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's applicable, it's relevant, it's realistic, there's a time frame on it. If it's written down and it's visible, people will see it every day. If they see it every day, it's a reminder of the contract they've made to themselves. And there's a greater chance that they will actually do what it is they said they're going to do.